Welcome everyone to another video of What If Civilization Start Over on Another Planet Iridium series. Thank you guys for the support you showed on a few of my shorts that I have made. Those really helped me. But basically I have gotten the rivers in. Finally! we finally have rivers! Oh, I'm gonna have so much to do. But hey, at least I'm alive still. Oh, there's like a few. Yeah, like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 points where I can make more rivers. Let me do that real quick. And there we go. And basically, all I have been doing is just doing some other stuff. And currently. As you can see, there's a lot of rivers, a lot of stuff, and if you watch the short, you know how long I have been doing this and how much I have done. But let's go down to Iris. Iris is this nation over here, as it will join up with this nation to make a grand Iris nation. These two nations will help each other get stronger and even more stronger. And these two have also pledged a union of loyalty. Basically, they won't ever betray each other. They won't use each other's people for bad stuff or just do anything bad to them. They managed to do a lot over here, and some of the people that didn't like this arrangement went over here and made a few of their own nations. Although their attempts to kind of attack the loyal union was very, very futile. They did manage to expand a lot, and around this time they also expanded into some very good territory. Down south there was a fought over group called the Nismans. The Nismans also fought over who they wanted to be with, so they kind of split up, and surprise surprise, both sides went to war eventually. The first one to start the war was the those who didn't want to kind of join and wanted to liberate, quote unquote, their nation from the Union of Loyalty. But the Israns or the Israns would not allow that, and so they would begin to do a lot. Around this time, the king would call upon his people, saying anyone who wants, he's not gonna force, but if they want to protect their homeland, he asks them to do so with the help of their people and the determination that they have. And he's very confident that this speech will work, and it does, but only to a certain extent, as over here, efforts to slow the advances of these guys start to actually bear some fruit. And over here in the middle, they actually fully stop these forces. Down south, they actually start a full-on counteroffensive, although another counteroffensive is done, and they're kind of shot back a bit behind line 1. Seeing this, some of the people are going to be mad, but understandably, the ruler of the nation will ask his people to join his cause. And help him liberate their homeland. And quickly we see that their efforts to liberate the homeland of theirs starts to bear some fruit. Over here, anti-occupation sentiment grows very large, and eventually it does win. Over here it's the same. And up in the north, due to the mass amounts of rivers, they have been forced to focus on parts of the offensive. First, they are focusing on the makeshift bridges that were built just for these guys to supply themselves. They would attack both, and they would use one to kind of cross the river, although their crossing already over here was quite successful. Over here they would gain the opportunity to attack, and they would. And quickly they would take over these areas and basically push back the enemy. Down south they would continue their pushback, and even on the crossings of over here, they would just kinda do some stuff. While on the rest of the front, they would actually push out the guys into the wilderness, which was a very good move by them. Eventually they would start the move to attack. Some groups that were forced under the banner over here would eventually declare independence, like these guys who very much didn't like their oppressors and would quickly make their own nation, with their own nation being actually very strong at this point in time because nobody else kinda knew what to do with their nation if they kinda did have a nation. These guys knew what they wanted to do, and they did it, and they expanded into the homeland of their areas. Over here in the areas which were very important to the beginning of the nation over here, some of these areas would be basically, well, you know, what is it? Just some rebellious people would kind of emerge, and once the rebellion started to gain more and more steam, these guys told them, okay, we're just gonna take this part of the river and you can just take everything else. And they were like, okay, and that's what happened. They took most of this side of the river. They only took that side because they didn't really want to do a lot of other things. Over on these sides they actually pushed quite far, and eventually the rebellion would take over the areas over here. And for the rebellion, they would actually gain some of the territory back here, although up to this river and a bit past it. That's where the border stops, and the Union of the Union basically just won. But for that win, they had to also create a helpful other nation. Turns out this helpful other nation was made just so they could expand. Eventually they would annex it and start to move north, where they would meet the more hostile tribal people, which they tried to be civil with, but they would eventually just attack them, and war was declared on the tribal barbarians, and these guys would just fight for a while. The Federation would actually kind of win a few battles and would actually subjugate one of these groups a bit, that being this group over here. And after doing so, they would take the rest of these areas. Psych, because they would only take most of this, while the rest would go under the tribals, which they kind of negotiated with. And eventually the tribals launched a counterattack to take more, and they did. Although it came at the cost of their own people kind of being attacked, so not the greatest idea. Eventually the attack started to actually work quite well for the Federation over here, and they would take out a lot of these people. Around this time, the Bronze Age of the Iridians started to actually have its middle parts start to kind of become very relevant. Eventually these tribals would actually unite together in the nation over here, but this guy would only join very much later, as they really much wanted to make contact with the Federation first and then would decide if they would join or not. Their decision was very imperative to the defense of these regions over here. But after the Federation took that area, a lot of else happened. Like there being a nation that kind of just rose up somehow on the borders. They don't know how these guys did it, they just did, and the nation kind of popped up. Also, this guy invaded this Norman guy, and then went to war with this guy, only to win for some reason, to do great tactics. They took a lot of casualties in the few battles that they did have, but they did too much. Over here they claimed the kind of bank of this river to be theirs, and I'm gonna have to stop the video here because this is a short form video. I'm sorry guys, but I'm very sorry because small videos are not my deal, but yeah. If you guys liked the video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I see you guys next time.